Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book. Thank you so much for joining us. This morning, I am so excited to be with, I was just going to say sitting with, and I guess we are sitting, but virtually, with Francesca. Francesca is with Perfect Solution for Seniors. How are you?
I'm doing great, enjoying this beautiful weather.
I know. This weather, well, in the mornings and at night especially, but I will say
Oh, yes.
yesterday, it got up to like the mid 80s or something.
It did, I think it did during the day, but like the mornings are just glorious.
They
So
certainly
beautiful.
are. We kind of go through at least 2 to 4 seasons a day in Florida this time of the year, where it's
This is
like
true.
it's cold or it's cool or it's hot or it's yeah. So, well, I'm so excited to have you because I think actually you were my first Seniors Blue Book Live, and I always like to go back to where this originated from, which was back during our COVID early days. So thank you for being my first victim, I guess is maybe what. What's it call you?
I think it went pretty well. It went pretty good. It was a good start. You know, we kept it going during COVID, and we all did our best, and I think we did pretty good.
Absolutely. It's they're all popping up in your like on Facebook in your memories like a year ago. And when I watched our video, I was literally recording, like I had my cell phone back here and I was recording my screen. And I think we were using Skype.
I think so.
You
Yeah,
know,
it was tricky. I don't remember, but there
it
was
was
some
tricky.
logistics. There's some logistics to it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I hope someone else does.
Well, we faked it until we made it. And here we are in
Exactly.
Hollywood. So, Francesca, tell us for somebody who is tuning in for the first time or meeting you for the first time, a little bit about you, the family business, and some of the services that you provide. And then we're going to jump into Parkinson's and private duty.
Sure. Well, my name is Francesca. I'm with Perfect Solutions for Seniors. We are a family-owned and operated private duty company in Sarasota, and we do caregivers companions as well as CNAs and home health aides. So there's two levels of services. We have been in Sarasota for over 15 years, and I always love to say my mom started this company and she was the caregiver, the marketer, the owner. She was a one-woman show, and it's kind of grown into this and where she's now encapsulated her daughters into it. So I work with my mom and my sister, and we have a great group of staff that really assists our clients.
That's awesome. I love hearing family business stories, and especially somebody who did all the things. I'm just going to call
Yeah.
it all, felt all the feelings and did all the things and knows
All the
first,
things, yeah.
somebody like that, a leader like that, or the owner, like, having an owner who's done that, it's, that they're never going to ask you to do something that they wouldn't do themselves. You guys all as
Exactly.
family.
A lot of servant leadership. So that's what we are all about here.
Love it. Well, let's get into, it is April, it's National Parkinson's Awareness Month. So we're hitting on some of those different topics and being a resource for those that do suffer from Parkinson's disease. There are so many great resources here in our area. Perfect Solution for Seniors is one of those. And I'll let you kind of jump into Parkinson's and private duty and how those tie in together.
Perfect. So the first thing in the presentation is really, when I do any presentation, I always want to introduce what I do in my first life. I'm also a speech language pathologist. And within that scope of practice of speech language pathology is dealing with patients with neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's. Oftentimes I introduce myself. I'm like, oh, I'm a speech language pathologist. And people say, hey, I used to work with you when I was a kid. I needed help on my R's. And as a speech therapist, we do so much more. We're from birth to aging. So I kind of classify myself more as a medical speech language pathologist in the geriatric field. So I do have a lot of background in experience working with patients with Parkinson's, and that's kind of what I bring into Perfect Solutions, is how to educate our staff on dealing with patients with Parkinson's disease. So before we get into how private duty helps with Parkinson's, I want to talk more really about Parkinson's disease. The epidemiology of Parkinson's is there's 1.5 million diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. We have 60,000 new diagnoses annually. 15% happen under the age of 50, and men are usually diagnosed more than women, about a 60 to 40% split. Now, with Parkinson's disease, the etiology of it is that it's a chemical messenger in the midbrain which controls movement. And that's why Parkinson's is really known as a movement motor disorder in comparison to Alzheimer's, which we know as a cognitive disorder. So Parkinson's is classified as neurodegenerative, meaning that it happens neuro in the brain, and that degenerative, it is chronic and progressive. There are presentations of Parkinson's is divided into a motor and non-motor symptoms. So motor symptoms we see what in the acronym TRAP, T-R-A-P. We see those tremors for T, R for rigidity, A for akinesia, which is that slowness, and P, that postural instability and balance problems. So those kind of things the outward eye sees, but there's also non-motor symptoms that I don't think we really talk about or we are aware of. And those non-motor symptoms include depression, anxiety, panic attacks, cognitive deficits. Because I feel Parkinson's disease is kind of pigeonholed into only a motor disease, we forget that there's a cognitive deficit that happens in 40% of cases. So we overlook that sometimes. Also, other non-motor symptoms that will occur are insomnia, sleep apnea, constipation, fatigue, weight loss. So it's not just that motor aspect. There's a lot of underlying symptoms that occur as well. Parkinson's is also very, very unpredictable. You know, as a speech therapist, I've been treating one patient 1 week and they're doing great. And then the next week, they can be declining rapidly. And that could just depend on the progression of the disease, or maybe they didn't sleep well the night before. It could be medications. It could be a UTI setting in. So there's a plethora of things that could have a decline within this disease process. So as a healthcare professional, we love to look at scientific studies, and there was an overview of studies. And one of the things that I really want to highlight on the overview of studies is that second bullet point, NMS. NMS is the non-motor symptoms that I just spoke about, and they were found to have a greater impact on the quality of life of people with Parkinson's disease. So again, you know, when we look at Parkinson's disease, we always are focusing on that motor aspect, that walking, the, you know, reaching for things, those things that we see more readily with the eye. But the other symptoms that I spoke about, depression, anxiety, insomnia, have a greater impact, and we need to be treating those as well, not just the motor aspect of it. And then also the coordination and the communication between all have to use those support strategies, precaution, and condition management. So for when Perfect Solutions has a Parkinson's patient, I make it one of my main things to reach out to make sure that if there is a therapist involved, where is the home exercise program? And I need to incorporate it into our plan of care at Perfect Solutions to make sure that that client does their home exercise program, because part of Parkinson's is poor initiation. So they're going to need someone else to tell them, hey, let's do our exercise program. So now we get to private duty and Parkinson's disease. So over here at Perfect Solutions, we want to encourage appropriate independence, modified independence. We still want our clients to do things in their home, but modify it. Do they need to sit down while they're folding clothing? They can still assist to prepare a meal, maybe not standing up. We do train our caregivers one-on-one with specific Parkinson's disease clients. Especially for me, I love to train our caregivers on communication strategies. Recently, I just became trained in Speak Out. There are 2 courses or 2 trainings that a speech therapist can do for voicing, specifically for clients with Parkinson's disease. One is Lee Silverman voice treatment, which I believe the Parkinson's Place has a speech therapist that is trained in that. And I'm trained in the other method, which is the Speak Out method. And what really drew me to Speak Out is they have this great basis of living with intent. Yes, we do train our caregivers to live with intent, to treat our clients with intent, and our clients to do the same, to live with intent. So if anyone has any questions and want to contact me and talk further about how Perfect Solutions can assist, you can call us at our office, which is 941-378-5553, or you can go to our website, which is www.perfectsolutionsforseniors.com. And on there, you can email us through the website and ask all of your questions. I love questions. I love to educate. It's one of my favorite parts of this job.
Awesome. Well, thanks for diving into this topic. And it's so important for people to, again, know and understand what resources are out there. You're not alone. Someone like Francesca, or myself, of course, but someone like Francesca who specializes in private duty care and Parkinson's is a great contact for you to have and reach out to and learn more information. Remember, it only takes one step, one phone call. That's my cheesy sales line, but it's true. It's really just having the courage to just make a start and reach out and get the help you need. So please feel free to contact Francesca with Perfect Solutions for Seniors. And Francesca, thank you so much for your time this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I love doing all these things with you, all this Zoom meetings and talking with everyone, educating. So anytime.
Awesome. Well, I'll hold you to that.
Good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful day.
Bye.